Today we're going to be going over the top 5 immersive mods in Skyrim because, look at these hideous textures and boring outfits. After 7 years, every NPC in Skyrim starts to look the same. The guards are literally just recolored for each city in the game. Yellow for Whiterun, red for Solitude, there's nothing unique about them. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you 5 mods that create even more lore-friendly diversity in Skyrim's NPC outfits, armor, and mage robes that better reflect the location they're from, the faction they represent, and their profession. Now this guide does not focus on your own character's armor, but instead the appearance of what other NPCs are wearing. And considering that you literally spend half your time talking to NPCs and looking at them, you're going to want them to look good. So after installing these 5 mods, not only are the NPCs in your game going to look graphically more appealing, but they will make you quiver with immersion. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Age of Magic, a turn-based RPG strategy game with some of the best graphics I've seen on mobile. Assemble your own squad of 5 heroes and adventure through a story-driven campaign. Battle other players in PvP and become the champion of the arena. Or enter the Tomb of Horrors and see how long you can survive. Collect and level up over 50 plus legendary fantasy heroes, elves, demons, angry raccoon mages. Yes, that's right, angry raccoon mages. You can support my channel right now by downloading Age of Magic from the link down below in the description. And you also get a special tank grok. Hurry up and join now, and thank you again for supporting the channel guys. Let's get back to the video. So starting out with the first of the 5 mods we're going to be installing, have you ever wondered why all the guards of Skyrim's different cities look the same aside from a quick colour change? It doesn't matter if they live in the harsh, cold north or the lush forests of Riften. So this first mod, Guards Armor Replacer, literally changes all the armor of all the guards to a more lore-friendly one that better represents the location or region that they hail from. So now, as you adventure around, you will see guards' armor change based on where you are, be it the City of Solitude, a rich imperial city of the Empire. Their troops are outfitted with the finest steel armor with the red tone of the Empire and all its fine trimming. A stark contrast to the warm but protective armor of Winterhold, or the golden armor of Markoth, which reflects its mineral-rich mines that the city is famous for. The detail and variety of these armor sets are simply incredible. It still represents the city's colors, but there's also variation within each armor set, so you've got like leather, chainmail, and different pauldrons and even female variants of the armor set as well. So I just think it works amazingly. It's one of those mods where you just think, wow, if they had the time, I wish this was in the game at the start. You'll also notice a unique collection of shields have been added to the game. And of course, all of these sets are usable and wearable by the way, so, you know, if you kill a few guards by accident, it wouldn't be the worst thing because you can get another several unique armor sets from this mod alone. This really gives each holder of Skyrim its own feel and representation. It really does fit so well into the game. My favourite element of this mod though is the elite guard armor and the captains, which are represented with their own embellished armor to show off their status in battle. And now when you slay them, you can take that armor for yourself and show off as a high-ranking officer. Next guys, I recommend downloading Rustic Clothing. This mod replaces all of the vanilla textures with optional 2K or 4K textures depending on how good your PC is and how much you want your graphics card to burn. Now considering 70% of the NPCs in Skyrim are dressed in fur, shirts, robes, rags, and so on, this is going to vastly improve the appearance of your game. This mod covers everything in the DLC as well. As Todd Howard would say, 4 times the detail. Next though, we're going to be grabbing the Armor and Clothing extension mod. This mod basically adds a greater diversity to all of the outfits available in the game and worn by NPCs. So no longer will you see every single mage in those boring robes with just a slight different colour. Like the priests are in the yellow robes and the court mages are in blue robes, and it's just so boring. Now we have unique robes that are actually embellished with different patterns and symbols to represent if that person is a necromancer, a Daedra, or even one of the many different priest factions that exist within the world of Skyrim. It really does make the game feel so more fleshed out and believable. For example, the different mage robes actually represent their status as well. So we can see here that Tolvad, Master of Alteration, has robes that reflect his status and power, and they look pretty damn fancy, to be honest. Pretty damn fancy. While a simple apprentice will have a basic coloured robe, even the Jarls and their court mages will actually change their appearance as their status increases progressively during your progress in the Civil War questline. There's also now an option, if you have Skyrim UI installed, to give these robes and clothing an armour value too, if perhaps you want to look fashionable but still be able to defend yourself. Now, I'm not really going to count the next mod as part of our 5 immersive armor mods, because it's more of a bug fix that you just kind of want to have in your game. Let's get the weapons, armor, clothing, and clutter fixes. This is a simple mod that basically fixes many of the outfit details you never even realized annoyed you. Like, for example, the shrouded hood. Looking like you're wearing a bin bag or some kind of sack on your head. Instead, it now covers your shoulders like a shawl or a scarf, and it flows more naturally down your back, and it just looks like it really fits and belongs as a whole armor set. This mod fixes so many hidden issues that I'm not going to go into detail about. It's one of those mods that you can't really truly ever appreciate how much it does for you, even if you have it installed. And I mean hidden details like garments concealing jewelry or clipping issues. But now we have one of the most well-known mods on this list, and a mod I still highly recommend, called Immersive Armors. Never again will you find two bandits looking alike. Immersive Armors basically seeks to drastically enhance the variety of armors in the world of Skyrim in a very lore-friendly way. The goal of every single armor set that's included in this mod is to blend into the lore, be balanced, and match the feel of the game. Now, with immersive armors installed, you'll now come up against bandits, marauders, and more, all dressed in different styles of armor sets that match the lore. It's almost like every NPC is their own person that has custom made their own armor set just for themselves out of bear and fox pelt that they found lying around or hunted down and crafted something out of. It really does make the game look a lot more interesting. And when you first install this mod, you'll keep coming up against new armor sets where you're just like, oh, that's really cool, this is really cool, oh, I'm going to try this out and wear this, and you'll end up your character just looking like he's really travelled and had some kind of crazy adventure across the lands of Skyrim. I could show you all the armor sets in this video, but I kind of want you to download it and discover everything for yourself. By far my favourite armor set though has to be Boethia. Boethia is the Daedric prince of deceit, seduction, and suffering. The armor set looks incredible, right down to the fanged face helmet, which really fits in with that concept of suffering. You're going to be finding so many new armor sets that could be standalone mods in themselves. I think if you're like me and you've been playing Skyrim for 7 years, being able to add completely new randomized armors into the game that completely make each faction feel unique is a real blessing. Once again, you'll finally feel a real sense of discovery having found all of these new items. If you are into smithing as well, you can even craft all these armor sets and create your own shield style and pattern. While some armor combinations can look a bit silly, for the most part, you'll find it simply adds more realism to Skyrim and makes each playthrough truly different and, most importantly, immersive. But the final mod on our immersive armor list is armored horses. This adds armor to each one of the horses in every city stable. And what's really cool is that it's actually a different armor type for each city. So for example, Whiterun has steel armor, Riften has leather armor, Winterhold has ebony armor, and Solitude has dragon armor, while Markoth has Dwemer armor. And each one of these armor sets is uniquely crafted and layered on the horse, so it actually ends up looking very realistic. And to be honest, this whole armor set on the horse just looks epic. Now I also recommend, guys, pairing this mod with realistic horse breeds, which replaces the original textures of the horse with 2K quality textures that have been redone to make the horse look much more realistic. Make sure you guys check out the mod playlist linked down below in the description for a whole playlist of hidden gems. You can also find my whole graphical mod list on my website, and I have a top 10 survival mod list coming out next week, so make sure you subscribe to stay up to date for that as well. I also recommend pressing the bell icon to stay notified, because otherwise sometimes YouTube doesn't suggest you the video. But thank you so much for watching me, ESO, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.